Hello, this is Alex Ramsey. You might know me as the host of Night of the Batman. Well, today I thought I'd do something a little different. Some of you might be and some of you might not be aware of bibleman. Some of you may have heard of him, some of you might not even know what I'm talking about. That's the reason why I'm doing this video. I'm starting this thing where I discuss superheroes, and it will be divided into 4 sections for this one. I'll do like who they are, their origins, like their rogues gallery, or notable ones anyway. With this one it'll be easy. How they've changed over time, and also just like character development, and other characters in the show will also be discussed, along with a few stories and just my favorite moments for these personal heroes. It's sort of just like me, like it says, me just talking about it. So I'm here to discuss Bibleman today. Some of you may have heard of Bibleman, and undoubtedly most of you have heard of Bibleman Big Book. I won't be talking about that, seeing as I don't own it and I haven't really seen it. I've only seen reviews of it, so I can't adequately tell you about that, but that's where this character did start. And from what I hear, and from what the clips I've seen, it looks terrible, so I'm just going to skip over that. So Bibleman, I'll just go straight to the origin. Bibleman is a very different kind of character from any other superhero. I think that's the point. It stars Willie Ames as Bibleman, and he, before I get into the origins, his basic thing is that he helps kids out with their spiritual problems while also using Bible verses and stuff like that to stop the villains, which are, to my understanding, are demons. And this show it's not for everyone. Let me just get that out of the way. It's called Bibleman, so obviously it's not going to be for everyone. I enjoy it because I've seen it since I was a little kid. It's got like a nostalgia factor to it. But yeah, it's not necessarily for everyone, but there are a few online. If you haven't seen it, I advise you to just check it out. Look up Bibleman, the Fiendish Works of Dr. Fear. That's a good one. That's actually the first one I got and what got me started actually liking this character when I was younger. So let me get into the origins. The origins are stated at the beginning of each episode. William's character is Miles Peterson, is like a millionaire, and he's not happy with his life. He's got all this stuff, but yet he's missing something, and he finally discovers it one day when he just loses it, a Bible, and from that moment on he becomes Bibleman. Now I've got the origin out of the way. I'm gonna go into like the rogues gallery. Okay, this one's a little different than other superheroes. He started out with sort of a different set of villains for each episode, but just sort of like over time it became one guy. And I'll just start out like at first it was guys from the Fiddler all the way to Gossip Queen, and then after that came Shadow of Doubt, which is was the first role of Brian Lemons, who would later be revealed to be Luxor Spawndrop. That's his real name, and he would be a reoccurring villain, except instead of being the same guy each time, he would dress up as a different person, but still underneath be Luxor. It's kind of a unique concept, and also cheap because they don't have to hire a new guy every single time they do something. And I like him too. He's one of my favorite villains. I won't be getting into Wacky Protester though. Let's just stay away from that. I also won't be discussing the later years after Willie Ames left. This is just more of what I remember of the show. seeing as I haven't seen the rest of them. Okay. So yeah. So skipping over people like the Fiddler and stuff like that. Basically, Luxor, he would come back and have like a sidekick named Ludacris, which also made his first appearance in the Shadow of Doubt. And in that episode, the whole format for the show got created, all that stuff. The Fiddler, it kind of had it a little bit, but it got its footing in that episode. A lot of the staples of the the Bibleman series were created with that. Yeah, Ludacris was played by various actors. It's a bumbling, sort of breaking the fourth wall, sort of like a humor character, that would either make fun of the villain or break the fourth wall and talk directly to the audience. In several cases, he changed from a sort of fat, sort of like lazy guy to like he transformed like another actor started playing him, and for a while he was like a surfer sort of dude, which was pretty cool. I don't really understand the logic behind the demon being like a surfer guy, but okay. Well, I do, but we're not going to get into that. So yeah, he would just be played by different guys, but not really much to his character. And later on in the series, also Lucy would always be with him. It's like their other computer sidekick who would her name stands for the Link to Underhanded Computer Influences. Yes, I've watched a lot of the episodes. Didn't know that. That's kind of sad, I know. But yeah, she would just help him out and berate the bad guys, do stuff like that. It was a pretty lighthearted show. It wasn't all that serious. And yeah, I tend to like the later episodes more. Originally, Bibleman, I'm just going to get into like how he's changed over time now, because I basically addressed the Rogues Gallery. Bibleman started out just working alone, and then over time, he got a sidekick in Shadow of Doubt, Coates, which he stayed with him, I think, up until Incredible Force of Joy, which I think was his last one. And after that, he had Cypher, which would be his replacement. And I like how they're kind of dramatic with it, when Cypher's introduced in the Incredible Force of Joy, and trying to make a big deal out of Coates leaving, and that Bibleman's not fully over it. I think that's one of their better episodes. They actually adapted it into a live show, which I never went and saw, but I heard was good. And yeah, so he's Cypher joined the team, and I think is still on the team to this day with the new Bibleman, which again I won't get into because I haven't really seen much, but I think he stayed the longest out of all of them. Soon after that, they would get Bible Girl, who originally was like a Spanish girl named Leah Martinez or something like that, and sort of got roped into doing it. She was friends with Cypher when they were younger, and so she joined the team. And also, they had a computer sidekick too named Eunice. I forget what her name stands for, but she would do the same thing, sort of mess with the sidekick, but not really ever mess with Bibleman. And yeah, just sort of do that sort of thing. Now, the show changed a lot, especially in the costume department. Originally, Bibleman wore this sort of weird, sort of lame-looking costume with it looked like it had an M or a lightning bolt on his helmet, which is kind of bizarre. And if you don't know, Bibleman's armor is sort of based on the armor of God, which is like the breastplate of truth and the shield of faith, helmet of salvation, all that stuff. And he'd suit up in each episode. That's one of my favorite parts. Again, the show's kind of cheesy, and it's definitely aimed towards kids. I enjoy it though, just for the nostalgia part of it. Looking back, it's not that great of a show, but it's always fun just to turn on and sort of laugh at for how goofy it can be. Yeah, so originally he was alone, then he got sidekicks. After that, he left for unspecified reasons, and the character changed over time too. Like he had an evolution from a school teacher, like where he'd interact with, there used to be a group of kids that he would help out, and then it just changed to being a different kid like every episode, which I thought was better. I never really cared for the kids that they put up there. Yeah, so it's an interesting show. It's definitely aimed towards kids, and it can be cheesy and just kind of bizarre at some points. It's definitely not for everybody, and but I'd still advise you check it out. It's pretty cool. One of my favorite moments, I guess I'll get to that now, from just the series in general, is when he fights El Furioso, and he starts using the whole starts talking to him about all this stuff, and then for once he puts down his sword and tells him he won't fight him, which I thought was really cool. Since he'd never done that before, I thought that was cool. And so El Furioso, aka Lexor Spondroth, strikes at him, and the force field goes around him and melts him. That's another staple of this show. They'd have the villains like melt into like this gross goo, or sometimes explode into like pixels or something like that. That was one of my favorite parts too, I guess. It's pretty cool. Since it was the only show I knew that did that. So yeah, since this isn't really a review, I'd say that bibleman's a cool superhero, but he's definitely aimed towards kids and the whole Christian thing. Again, I advise you guys to go check it out. It's a fun show. It's very goofy, but it's that fun sort of goofy where it's enjoyable. I guess that's about it. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope it informed you. And stay tuned. I might make more of these if this gets popular with unknown superheroes or not known ones.